Hey, hope you're doing well. Because my recent videos have been doing such absolute numbers, I decided to branch out a little and speak a bit of the inner machinations of my mind. What better thing to discuss than the rise of corporate AI and the absolute slop that they decide to shuffle out at any chance they can get. Now, assuming you aren't a caveman, you probably have seen AI in action, whether you Googled something and that shitty little generated prompt shows up, or you notice that little Copilot icon on your Windows taskbar, or even if you've just used Siri. So what do all of these three different yet undeniably and disgustingly similar products have in common? If you've said that they're useful, you're dead fucking wrong. What's wrong with you? These things are so goddamn useless. I really do wonder why big tech is looking at this and saying, this one's gonna do numbers. Nah, man, the only fucking number it's gonna do is make me go into the registry and write it as 0. Now, I'm not usually one to diss AI. I think AI can be a pretty useful thing, especially in industries such as healthcare, maybe finance, and especially education. But when I'm fed just Michelle Obama, Hunger-Free Kids Act levels of slop in the form of generative material, no thanks. When I first saw the Google Gemini prompt, I was like, oh cool, this is a neat feature, I guess. And that was before I noticed you can't fucking turn it off. Yeah man, great feature, glad you mandated this bloatware onto my search results that's already cluttered with intentionally placed ad links. I now know why you changed your motto. So I kind of forgot to mention this, but there is a way you can kind of get this shit off your screen. You simply go into the More section and then you go to Web. Google's AI is kind of like that one guy that has to insert himself into every conversation because he's an insecure loser who can't handle being ignored. Now, when Google's AI isn't pissing me off by taking an extra moment to load in a useless reply I didn't even ask for, there's a good chance that it's not even useful whatsoever. Or in some cases, it's so damn wrong, it's telling you to drink your own urine to treat kidney stones. But hey, this ain't just about Google's AI, oh man, because we're taking a look at good old Copilot, which is Bing's AI that's powered by ChatGPT. Not only does it have the same issues, it also takes an extra 10 seconds to gather its thoughts before spitting some absolute slop. But it isn't just going to be regurgitating useless garbage. You see, Microsoft held a event recently where it showcased the future of Windows 11 and beyond with the true mixture of Copilot. They call this concept Copilot plus PC, or a really remarkable name. Really couldn't have come up with something better myself. This Copilot plus PC is basically inserting AI into everything it possibly can be in. You see, these new laptops that will be created by, Asus, Acer, Dell, HP, they're going to have special processors that can handle localization of AI, meaning you wouldn't have to send data to a Microsoft server and wait for a response back like how you usually would. This would speed up the response of the AI, which is fantastic because that's kind of the one issue with Shitpilot. It's too damn slow. That, and it's also really useless, but that's kind of besides the point. These laptops will also allow you to control your device using Copilot, effectively handing control of your system over to Shitpilot. So you can ask it to say, I don't know, like turn off Bluetooth, or maybe change my passcode, or even something like take a screenshot. Some people may find this cool, it would actually give Copilot a reason to actually use it. But there's probably also a lot bigger percent of people that would, hate the idea of giving an AI full control over your system, which may hold personal information. But that, of course, is nothing compared to this complete revelation I'm about to bestow to you. So another feature they have with this AI is called Recall. What is Recall? It's a feature that lets the AI Copilot spy on you and your desktop at all times. And if you think I'm exaggerating, I'm really not. So here's a article written by The Verge about the concept, which, quote, Microsoft's launching Recall for Copilot plus PCs, a new Windows 11 tool that keeps track of everything you see and do on your computer, and in return gives you the ability to search and retrieve anything you've done on the device. As a matter of fact, everything you do on the PC appears on an explorable timeline you can scroll through, which can also search live meetings and videos thanks to live captions, which transcribes and even translates speech. Now, Microsoft has promised that this feature remains entirely local and private on the laptop and that it won't be sent anywhere. It will stay on your device. Now, okay, listen, I'm not here to tell you who to trust, but Microsoft kind of has a history and a reputation. I think trusting Microsoft is kind of a really naive thing to do, as they really are one of, if not the most morally lacking tech giants. Now, I want to make this clear. These features are not coming to your Windows 11. They will only be available on the special AI laptops because they require such strict hardware requirements that aren't found in your usual laptop or desktop. They require what's called a neural processing unit, or, for short, NPU. But let's be honest, these are probably going to become the, whole mainstream. I don't really see why they wouldn't, as AI continues to progress to be in our daily lives, whether we'd want it or not. More into the competition, though, OpenAI apparently has used Scarlett Johansson's voice for their ChatGPT 4o, which stands for Omni, without her permission. And man, if you missed OpenAI's showcasing of this, basically, in a nutshell, you can actually talk with ChatGPT now, like, voice to voice, which uses Johansson's voice, of course. You can show it your room with your camera, and it will actually take in the information and reliably make a educated guess on, your situation based on what you look like or what room you're in or what's even in the room. Oh, and it laughs too.
A fountain! That's perfectly hilarious.
I don't know, ma'am. Is this a little scary? I mean, it's cool and all, but like, do we really need an AI to force itself to laugh so it can give me a false sense of security? I will say though, it is really surreal how fast it's progressed. 2020, 4 years ago, AI was still a fever dream, science fiction, at least relative to what we have today. And speaking of today, now we have this. This must have been what the Industrial Revolution felt like, because believe me, AI is going to change the world and the future of our society. And it's not really a matter of if or maybe, it will happen, and it's happening right now. We're living this. Now, believe me when I say I'm not afraid of AI. I'm really not. I just have privacy concerns when it comes to AI features such as Google's Gemini or Microsoft's Shitpilot. I found ChatGPT to be actually really helpful, especially with understanding and learning from code and the endless mistakes I continue to make, or understanding higher concepts in something like macroeconomics. You can probably tell what kind of nerd I am. Still though, whatever AI is going to advance to in the next, I'll give it like 5 years, what we have now will be so primitive compared to then. Like how when ChatGPT came out in late 2022, I think. Look how far that's gotten. I can keep going on and keep fucking yapping, but the bottom line is this. This is certainly the rise of AI. And not just AI, but the corporate side of AI. The AI garbage, the slop, so to speak, that's being pushed by tech giants because they think they're going to be the next them.